I've, I've learned it's better to give him some food, otherwise, he'll bite your fingers thinking they're food. Say what? My eyes widened in horror. She giggled at my reaction, but it's all right. I still have most of my fingers. She showed me her hands, and her scars were more obvious, where birds had bitten or clawed her over the years. Even though that sounded a little scary at first, it was oddly reassuring. I mean, I'd had much worse over my 30 years, especially during the last 26 while caring for sheep. In her 12 years, the past 8 of which she cared for birds, she already had battle scars from her life's work. But she still kept going with her positive attitude, knowing that Father God gives her strength to get through it, just as He gives me strength for my life's work. At first, I started slow because I was nervous, but my fears melted away as Repeat started eating from my hand, and I realized how much he seemed to like having his feathers stroked. I liked how smooth his feathers felt. Wow, Repeat, you're such a handsome bird. Repeat glanced at me and echoed, "You're such a handsome bird." I chuckled as I continued to pet him. "So, Dahlia, how long have you had Repeat, and where did you get him?" I asked my little sister. She explained as Repeat ate the last of the seeds in my hand and scuttled back up to his nest. "There was a dragon a little smaller than me that singed a tree branch with Repeat's nest on it. I think the dragon was trying to get to the eggs, but Repeat flapped his wings to try to protect them, and his wings got burned while he put up a fight. This way his mate could get away safely. I was sorry that his eggs didn't stand a chance. The dragon ate them, but I threw some rocks and scared away the dragon. Then I helped nurse Repeat back to health. May helped me bandage him and give him aloe until his feathers grew back. This was about 3 years ago. Since then, his mate actually came back to live with us. She helped give him companionship while he was recovering. And now they've made a new nest here and they're starting over. It's like Father God is giving them a new chance for a family. Isn't that sweet and amazing?" Aw, I couldn't help but tear up a little as I listened to that story. Repeat is a hero. That is a beautiful story of second chances. I learned so much about my Father God from caring for His creation. I've learned by caring for sheep and flocks, while you've learned a lot by caring for the birds. We're caretakers of our different dominions of creation. Dahlia smiled. Even though it can be challenging at times, mostly because of the separation from Father God, it sure beats tilling the cursed ground and trying to do our work without Him. I don't know how the farmers can do it, but I mean, look at these birds. They've been fed and sustained by Father God for 21 years before I was born? Or 25 years if you count the years before I've started caring for chickens? They wouldn't have made it all those years if Father God wasn't looking out for them and feeding them. I guess that's still true since I can't save them all myself. I'm only one little woman. I still miss things because I'm human." I gave an understanding nod. "I hear ya. I'm just one little man, and I can't save all the sheep all the time. I'm only human too. I've lost quite a few sheep over the years because I miss things. But I have to learn from my mistakes and move on for the sake of the rest of my flock." Dahlia blinked. Isn't it funny how a group of sheep and a group of birds can both be described as a flock? My eyes widened and I started to chuckle. Funny that I've never thought about that before. Even though sheep don't fly and birds don't get sheared for clothing. Oh, but I have used some of their shed feathers for stuffing into pillows, Dahlia interjected. They actually make the pillows quite soft. It was my turn to blink in surprise. Huh, I'd like to try sleeping on that kind of pillow sometime. She giggled. But I'm warning you, once you've slept on a feather pillow, you won't want to go back to sleeping on just a straw and wool stuffed pillow. Dahlia and I had plenty of other good times together in the pasture and great spiritual discussions. She married Lee, and they moved nearly a quarter of a day's walk eastward to start their family. But they were near a majestic canyon and a mountain stream, so they could observe birds and have room to experiment with lots of their discoveries. Probably their most significant contribution to my life was that of their children, especially their daughter Squaw, but she's another story. Even during my lifetime, there were still other siblings. I definitely had more interaction with the ones somewhat closer to me in age. My family was constantly growing as my siblings grew up and married, starting families of their own. We humans might not have been good at listening when Father God told us not to eat fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, but we sure paid more attention when he told us to be fruitful and multiply. I guess we have more selective hearing when it comes to his commands, just like Repeat the macaw, who seems to select his favorite words we say before he echoes them.